up, everyone? This is the Jose Show. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal Wednesday. I surely am, and it is not just Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. It is hump day. It is the middle of the week. But anywho, we have a lot of good stories to talk about, so now let's get started. Alright, so now let's start off with Kanye West. Kanye West gets birthday love from Chaney Jones amid breakup rumors. Now, in honor of the rapper's 45th birthday today, Jones shared a photo montage to her Instagram chronicling her and Ye's various outings together. Happy birthday, baby, she captioned the post, I love you. While Jones made it clear she has love for the Grammy winner, her tribute comes amid rumors that their romance is no more. Now, a source recently told ET things between Kanye and Chaney fizzled out after 4 months of dating. Now, they were never super serious to begin with. The source said he has been doing his own thing and has been dating around since his divorce with Kim Kardashian. Kanye is trying to do his own thing and surround himself with people that make him happy and figure out what he wants in a partner before completely settling down, the source added. Now, the pair was first spotted together in early February when they stepped out for dinner at Nobu in Malibu. The model drew particular attention as she bears a striking resemblance to Kanye's estranged wife, Kim Kardashian. Now, in March, the Donda rapper made headlines when he gifted Chaney a very special Birkin bag. A source told ET at the time that West purchased an extremely rare version of the Birkin bag for Chaney Jones for $275,000 from Privy Porter. Now, that wasn't the first time West had given out Birkin bags as gifts for his girlfriends. In early February, West bought baby Hermé Birkin purses for his ex-girlfriend Julia Fox, as well as for several of her pals as a birthday gift. All right, so this is a pretty interesting story here because I personally think that this whole entire rumor was just a rumor because as far as what I'm seeing, the both of them really do still love each other to death because Chaney Jones is sending Kanye a very loving message and is dedicating all of her love especially towards him in that message. And when you are breaking up with someone, you do not dedicate a beautiful message to somebody. The first thing that you do when you break up with somebody is you just forget about them and you completely block them and avoid them in general. And this is not the case here. Now, I personally think here that Chaney Jones and Kanye West could last pretty much because here's the thing, the both of them seem like they are very happy together. The both of them seem like they are literally starting to show some chemistry, especially because the both of them have been dating for 4 months now. I mean, that is definitely something right there. And also, I kind of feel like Kanye is, wanting to last with Chaney, not only because of the love, but also to, maybe make Kim Kardashian jealous. Who knows? Even though I know Kim wouldn't get jealous, but yet try to make her jealous. Now, also, another thing that I have to say about this is that the both of them, I can already imagine that if they get married, Kim Kardashian is going to be pretty supportive and is going to be pretty happy about the fact that the father of her kids is married to somebody else and is finding a different life with somebody else because, I mean, as cheesy and weird as it sounds for me to be saying this, I think that she's going to be supportive because the only thing that I'm pretty sure Kim wants right now is for Kanye to be happy. And right now it seems like he's already finding that happiness, especially because, I mean, after so many months of so much drama between Kim and Kanye, dealing with one another and having to deal with the fact that they're divorcing, now that right there is just too much for the both of them. So that's why I'm saying that I'm pretty sure that Kim only wants Kanye to be happy now that Kanye is finding his separate life and his separate path now that he is with Chaney Jones. Now, I also think that Chaney Jones is probably going to be that kind of woman that's going to be like, okay, well, you know what? Kim Kardashian was in Kanye's past, and I'm just going to respect the fact that now she's his ex, and, maybe me and her can be really good friends. Because, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, yes, there's a lot of times in life when you can't be friends with the ex of your spouse or the ex of your boyfriend or girlfriend. But there are also a lot of times when you can actually be friends with that ex because there are a lot of times when the both of you can actually have something in common and the both of you guys can, go off and, just even pretend that that person never existed in the other person's life and you move on, you know? I mean, we could all be friends as long as we are not shading one another and we're not bashing one another. And Kim isn't going to be like, oh, yeah, Shanae, you took him away from me. Or, oh, Kim, you were awful to Kanye, this and that. Like, I'm pretty sure that is not what's going to happen in this case. As long as Kanye doesn't intervene between Shanae and Kim and is going to be fueling and poison between the both of them just for them to hate each other. So, happy birthday to Kanye West. He is 45, and I really hope he has a really good time, especially with Chaney Jones. All right, so now from Kanye West to now more hot tea. All right, so now let's talk about Todd and Julie Chrisley. All right, so Todd and Julie Chrisley are devastated and disappointed by guilty verdict. All right, so Todd and Julie Chrisley are speaking out one day after being found guilty in their tax fraud trial. In a statement to ET, Julie's lawyer, Steve Friedberg, said that both Chrisleys are devastated and are disappointed with the verdict and will be pursuing an appeal. Now, Julie and Todd are so grateful for the love and support shown by their family, friends, and fans. The statement read, they both remain strong in their faith and will continue the fight until they are vindicated. They have their priorities in order and are currently concentrating on the welfare of their children and Todd's mother, Elizabeth Faye Chrisley, end quote. Now, the couple shares Grayson, 16, Savannah, 24, and Chase, 26. Todd is also a dad to Kyle, 30, and Lindsay, 32, from his first marriage. Todd and Julie are additionally caretakers of Todd's 78-year-old mother, Faye. Now, on Tuesday, just yesterday, a federal jury found Todd and Julie guilty of conspiring to defraud community banks out of more than $30 million of fraudulent loans, a press release from the U.S. Attorney's Office, Northern District of Georgia, said. Now, the jury also convicted Todd and Julie and their accountant, Peter Tarantino, of a number of tax crimes, including conspiring to defraud the IRS. The Chrisleys were found guilty of tax evasion, and Peter was found guilty of filing 2 false corporate tax returns on behalf of the Chrisleys company. The jury also found Julie guilty of wire fraud and obstruction of justice. All right, so the jury found that Todd and Julie Chrisley committed multiple fraud schemes for several years, and their accountant, Peter Tarantino, filed false corporate tax returns on their behalf, the U.S. Attorney Ryan K. Buchanan said. And he also got to say that this office and our partner agencies will continue to vigorously investigate and prosecute white-collar criminals who flout the law, end quote. All right, so this is a pretty intense topic here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I feel like these two would have been should have been more honest, and they should have been really responsible for their own actions, especially because when you are doing your taxes or when you are doing stuff when it comes to the bank or when it comes to finances in general, you really need to be careful, especially because when you are not being careful when it comes to these kinds of things, and when you're not being aware, especially when it comes to taking care of these kinds of things, then that's when you end up turning into a criminal. That's when you end up turning into a wanted person from the authorities, and that's just awful in my personal opinion. Obviously it is awful because, I mean, nobody wants to be in the big house, first and foremost. And second of all, I think that the fact that both of these people are really going to go off and they're going to act like they're victims now and they're going to try to fight for this whole entire situation is just coming to show how much they don't even have any shame. And they just want to go off and they want to get away with the law, when in reality, you cannot get away with the law. So this is just a bunch of BS in my personal opinion. People get what they deserve and people get what they should. And this is what is exactly happening here. So, yeah. So, anywho, I personally feel like as much as this really hurts me that the both of them might end up being in prison for a very long time for what they're doing, I personally think that they deserve it. They deserve to be held accountable for their own actions. And I feel like, even though the career is going to go down the toilet now that this is going on with them, I mean, like I said, people get what they deserve, and they deserve especially to be held accountable for their own actions. All right, so now from that to now, more hot topics. All right, so anywho, now let's talk about Master P. All right, so Master P performs a heartfelt tribute to his daughter, Tatiana Miller, at Funk Fest. Now, Master P gave an emotional tribute to his late daughter, Tatiana Miller, during his first performance since her death last month. On Friday, the rapper headlined the Funk Fest at the Central Florida Fairgrounds in Orlando, Florida. During his set, the Mogul paid tribute to Tatiana's life, bringing those in the crowd to a moment of silence. "I love my daughter, man. I miss her," the rapper told his audience. "I always was her parachute, but now she my parachute up in the sky looking over me." He added, "We ain't gonna grieve no more. We gonna celebrate because now I'm gonna be able to take care of millions of kids and save millions of lives. I'm gonna get out here and play my part. I know that God put me in this world for a passion and a purpose." The 52-year-old told the crowd that mental illness and substance abuse are serious things before inviting everyone to sing "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson, which he said was her theme song. Now, on May 29, the rapper took to Instagram to announce that his daughter, whom he shared with ex-wife Sonia C, died. She was 29. And he got to say, "Our family is dealing with an overwhelming grief for the loss of my daughter Tatiana." Master P shared, "We respectfully request some privacy so that our family can grieve. We appreciate all of the prayers, love, and support. Mental illness and substance abuse as a real issue that we can't be afraid to talk about with God. We will get through this. Hashtag my angel." Now, while Tatiana's official cause of death has not yet been revealed, it can be gleaned from her father's comments on the matter that it was connected to her struggles with mental wellness and substance abuse. All right, so this is a very important topic to talk about, and this is a very sad topic especially. I think that this is a perfect example of how people unfortunately deal with depression or deal with any other type of situation that they've been going through in life. And this is if this is true that maybe her daughter um, went through depression or went through some type of abuse in herself as to why she passed away. Now, this is if that's true. Now, to all the people out there that have been going through substance abuse and have been going through depression, please seek help. Please seek therapy. Please do not give up. A lot of people love you. A lot of people want you to be in this planet, and you are in this planet for a reason, and God wants to see you in this planet especially. Because if you go off and you try to give up in life, not only are you disappointing and not only are you making your loved ones sad, but also you are disappointing God, and you are also making God very sad especially. So you really have to think about that before you even dare do something stupid to yourself. And this right here, what happened to Tatiana, could be a really good example of that. Now, I also have to say that when you are out there and you are facing a bunch of bullies or you're facing a bunch of ridiculous, mean people, it is best that you get to ignore them, and it is best that you, as the person, you get to be responsible to just also defend yourself, especially because as long as you're defending yourself as well, the more you're able to not only lift your self-esteem, but also you are able to know how much you're worth, know how much you are worth in value, especially because that right there of defending yourself and also or ignoring somebody, it will really make you realize that you are worth it in life because of the fact that you are having the strength to avoid bad situations that are going on. So this is what I'm really saying because it is very important. Now, I personally feel like Tatiana, she was a wonderful woman with a wonderful future. I can already tell. And I can tell that she came from a very wonderful family that really cheered on her, supported her, and that really wanted her to succeed in life. And unfortunately, it really did not last all that long because of something that I'm pretty sure might have happened, like substance abuse or depression or God knows what else. So I really feel bad for Master P. I really do. And Master P, you are in my thoughts and you are in my prayers. Same with the rest of your family. You guys are phenomenal. You guys are awesome. And RIP Tatiana, we love you. All right. So now from this topic to now, more hot tea. So now let's talk about Bruce Willis. All right, so Bruce Willis's wife, Emma, says she's trying to prioritize her own needs amid actor's health battle. All right, so Bruce Willis's wife Emma Hemming is sharing a piece of advice when it comes to self-care. In a recent post on her Instagram story, the Coco Baba founder gave her followers a reminder that it's okay to put yourself first, even when caring for someone else. Now, Hemming shared a post from the Women's Alzheimer's Movement's Instagram account with a blurb from an interview she did with The Bump. Someone told me not long ago that when you overcare for someone, you end up undercaring for yourself. Now, that's what was being said in the post, well, in the interview. And in addition to the post, Hemming wrote, when you put everyone's needs above your own, no one wins. I don't do this perfectly, but I really am trying so I can be the best I can be for the people I love and adore. End quote. All right, so in March, Hemming, along with Willis's ex-wife Demi Moore and the actor's 5 daughters, shared a joint family statement announcing that the 67-year-old die-hard actor is stepping away from his acting career due to his aphasia diagnosis, which is impacting his cognitive abilities. Now, in May, Hemming, who shares daughters Mabel 10 and Evelyn 8 with Willis, opened up about how she sometimes struggles to take care of herself while taking care of everyone in her household. All right, so this is a pretty intense topic here, and I feel so bad for Bruce Willis, and I especially feel bad for Emma. You know, when it comes to a family member that is going through so much in life, especially an actor like Bruce Willis, who is widely known and who has been so freaking known for the decades now, I feel like it could be very tough having to deal with them having a sickness, especially a disease, because of the fact that you have to really confront towards the media about it. You really have to confront towards the spotlight about it on how your spouse is doing or how your family member is doing. And you really have to go out there and you really have to, be honest, especially because if you're not being honest, then chances are the media is going to make up a bunch of BS about your husband or about your wife or about whoever that is a celebrity in your family. And then the next thing you know it, then there goes the drama, there goes the ridiculousness. And that is one thing that Emma, I'm pretty sure, does not want, which is why she is just being honest and she's just being open in these interviews. Now, I can't already imagine the struggle and the hardness, especially of having to put up with the fact that she is trying to take care of her own husband and she is trying to take care of her own self, because I can't imagine how hard it is having to deal with the fact that she is dealing with someone with a sickness. And I can't imagine the fact that, especially because of the fact that she has kids with the actor. So that right there makes things even more difficult, and that right there makes things even more intense. So we have to look at it that way as well. So anywho, I really do feel bad for not just Bruce Willis but also for Emma Hemming. And I also think that when you have a family that is sick and is especially sick, I feel that you really need to encourage your family member to take a break from the spotlight. And you really need to encourage not just that person to take a break from the spotlight, but also you yourself and the rest of the family take a break from the spotlight and have some privacy, because the more there is privacy going on in the family, especially when it comes to a celebrity family like we see here, there will be more comfort, there will be more caring, there will be more dedication, especially, and by just having the paparazzi and just having the media go after and after, God forbid it'll affect Bruce Willis so badly to the point that Bruce Willis might end up being in the hospital bed because of how bad the media and how cruel the media could be. So we have to really acknowledge that as well. So anywho, my hearts and prayers go out to Bruce Willis and his family. So anyhow, from that to now, more hot tea. Now let's talk about Zendaya. All right, so Zendaya says she won't leave acting to be a pop star. There's a level of anonymity that I get to have. All right, so, while Zendaya has been giving fans nugget of musical gold over the years, the Emmy-winning actress says she won't be leaving her acting career for the musical stage anytime soon. And chatting with Spider-Man No Way Home, co-actor Andrew Garfield for Variety's Actors on Actors discussion, the 25-year-old opened up about her music career, which has taken a notable backseat to her acting pursuits. Now, to date, Zendaya released a self-titled debut studio album in 2013, been featured on 7 albums, 6 of which are soundtracks for TV and film productions, and appeared on numerous singles with other artists. Her latest projects have been singles for her HBO series Euphoria, which have sent fans into a frenzy for more music from her. Now, I was talking to Sam Levinson about this earlier. I was like, I don't know if I could ever be a pop star, the actress recalled as while discussing now how much actors' projects onto the public eye. Now, she continued off by saying, it's because as an actor, there's a level of anonymity that I get to have, which I really like, and I get to sort my stuff, whatever that is, through a character, and nobody needs to know about it. All right, so she then added that in other forms and other mediums, it's all you all the time. I like the idea that somebody else, meaning Rue, gets to take on that stuff. End quote. Boundaries, learning what's for me, Zendaya concluded. All right. So this is completely understandable to me that Zendaya is not a singer and she's only dedicating her career to acting full time. Because here's the thing, when you are out there in the music field, especially when you are becoming a huge pop star like Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, etc., it could be very cruel at the same time because the media is all over you. And not only is the media all over you, but also you really have to give so much to all of these crazy fans out there that are asking you for so much. And then you really have to go off and you have to work endlessly in music 24/7, and you rarely get any sleep, you rarely get any rest, and then you rarely even get to even live your own life, and you rarely even get to live your own personal life, especially, which is something that is a nightmare. I mean, as nice as it sounds having to be a pop star, and as nice as it sounds having to be in the music business especially, it is really tough. It really is. And I mean, acting is also very tough, yes, but it's not as tough as it is in being in the music business. Because when you're acting, I mean, yes, you are in a studio for numerous hours having to film scenes and having to be with the actors and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not the same like having to be in a recording studio 24/7, then having to make sure if the music sounds good or not, and then having to do tours, especially all around the world. I mean, we have to acknowledge that as well, because I mean, having to do tours is just immense right there. So that's the reason why I completely understand Zendaya, because to the fact that she is saying that she really doesn't want to focus on being a pop star, and that she won't leave acting especially. So, anywho, another thing that I have to say about this is that if Zendaya goes off and becomes a pop star, chances are her private life is going to go out the window even more. I mean, her private life has already been out the window for several years now that she's been in the business, because I mean, that's how Hollywood works, unfortunately. When you are in the business, a bunch of your life goes out there, regardless if you're trying to hide it. Now, the thing here is that the her life is going to go out even more once she gets into the pop star business, and then she's going to end up definitely having to struggle more in life, and then she's gonna end up suffering more in life, and then things are just gonna go down south with Zendaya, you know. So that right there is not gonna be a good thing for her at all, and that right there isn't gonna be good for her mental health especially. We also have to focus on that, you know. We also have to focus on that. So anywho, and I really have, you know, seen a lot of these pop stars where they end up being huge and they end up being famous, and then unfortunately they end up struggling, and then they end up suffering from their mental health and stuff like that, you know, and that is something that is not good. So Zendaya is really taking a smart move here. Now, I personally think that Zendaya is a very talented woman. She is a very phenomenal actress especially, and she's very good looking, and I feel like she is having a phenomenal life even though she's not a pop star. And I feel like, you know what, she's already making the big bucks already even though she's not even a pop star, and she's just an actress, you know, especially because I mean her name is huge, her brand is huge. So we have to focus on that as well, ladies and gentlemen. We can't just be negative here and just be like, oh my god, Zendaya is not a pop star. No. So anywho, Zendaya, you do you, you focus on you and ignore the media. All right. So now from Zendaya to now more hottie. All right. So now let's talk about LeBron James. All right, so LeBron James's foundation to open multi-million-dollar medical facility in his Ohio hometown. All right, so LeBron James has big plans for his hometown of Akron, Ohio. On Tuesday, the LeBron James Family Foundation announced plans to open up the I Promise Health Quarters, a multi-million-dollar facility that will offer medical, dental, and optometry services as well as physical and recreational activities to students from James's I Promise school and the local community. Now, this is what was being said. It takes a village to help raise a kid and make a true difference. I love my kids and their families. The Los Angeles Lakers forward tweeted as he shared news about the announcement. Now, the Community Health and Wellness Center is set to open in 2023 and will be within walking distance from the I Promise School and across from House 330, a hub that helps with job training and financial literacy. The center is partnering with local healthcare providers, Access Point, Community Health Centers, Coleman Health Services, and PEGS Foundation to bring affordable healthcare and mental health services to Akron residents. Now, Michelle Campbell, executive director of the LeBron James Family Foundation, told Cleveland.com in a statement that their work continues to expand in ways we never dreamed of. Access to affordable healthcare has always been a critical need for our families and further heightened by the pandemic. We began rallying our community to bring the experts together under one trusted roof, Campbell continued. Being able to provide this important resource for the entire community is only possible because we have incredible partners that share our We Are Family philosophy. All right, so this is pretty cool right here that LeBron James is being very thoughtful and that he is having a foundation, especially to a lot of people that live down in Ohio, especially since it's his hometown. Because, I mean, there are a lot of, poor people out there that have been going through so much lately, especially a lot of people that have been dealing with diseases and that can't afford to have any surgeries to take care of themselves from those diseases, and then they end up dying, or then they end up getting severely sick. And that is something that is just, that we all do not want, obviously. And I feel like LeBron James, since he is this multi-billionaire, I think, I mean, he is, I'm glad that he is really taking his time to think about these families, and I'm glad that he's taking advantage of of a lot of the money that he has to take care of these people, especially because, I mean, there are a lot of people out there, especially a lot of public figures out there. Yes, there's a lot of good ones that, give out, donate, and they think about the people, but there are a lot of other people out there that are public figures that really don't care and that will just go off and they will think about themselves and think about their own money, and that's it. And good thing that this is not the case with LeBron James. LeBron James, not only is he a dope basketball player, but also I can tell that he is somebody with a huge heart. And I personally think that all these people that are going to be taken care of from LeBron's foundation are going to be not only very grateful with LeBron James for what he is doing, but also they are going to be super happy and they're going to be super friendly towards him, and they are going to be super close towards LeBron James for what he is doing with these people. Because even I would do the same thing. Even I would be like, oh my God, LeBron James, you are my hero. I love you. You are awesome. Thank you for taking care of me. And man, I really want to be your homeboy. That's how it's going to go out in this whole entire situation here. Now, I personally feel like LeBron James is also, thinking a lot about, Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna, who got tragically killed 2 years ago in the helicopter crash. And since he's been thinking a lot about that, I'm pretty sure that could also be the reason to why he opened up this foundation, because because basically he might have been like, oh my god, well, if my bro got killed and his daughter got killed, then I mean, I don't want these people from my hometown to get affected by a sickness, or be suffering, or this and that, or get killed by cancer or whatnot, because they don't have the enough money to take care of themselves. Oh my god, So this is what this is really all about here. So it's all about the love, the awareness, and you know what? I feel like this foundation is definitely going to be a successful foundation, and it's going to be a foundation that is going to last for a lifetime, I bet you. All right, so that is it for today's show, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Jose Show. I'll be back with more next time, and please feel free to follow me on my social medias. Till next time, peace.